In the 1970s, the rivers of the Chesapeake were ailing. In 1971, a group of concerned citizens came together to restore and protect the bay for the wildlife that depend on it and the humans that recreate and connect with it. In 1971, the Citizen Program for the Chesapeake Bay, or what was later named the Alliance, opened and headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland. Fran Flanagan became the executive director in 1979. As population and development continued to grow, the region's forest cover began to decline. The Clean Water Act was passed in 1972, establishing water quality standards and limiting the amount and kind of pollutants that can enter rivers, streams, and other waterways. This marks the first time that the bay's degrading health was brought to the public's attention. The Chesapeake Bay Watershed spans 6 states: New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia, including the District of Columbia. But it wasn't until the 1980s community members recognized the correlation between Pennsylvania waters and the Chesapeake Bay. In 1983, the first Chesapeake Bay Agreement was signed. The Alliance worked to strengthen the connection between the Chesapeake Bay and Pennsylvania and engaged agricultural practices and opened a full-time office in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. In 1986, the Alliance began citizen water quality monitoring. In the 90s, the Second Bay Agreement was signed. Focus continued on Pennsylvania, and a law passed that required certain farmers to develop and implement nutrient management plans. Partnerships were on the rise at the Alliance. The organization worked with the Fish and Wildlife Service to create bayscapes, environmentally sound landscape management. The Alliance also started planting riparian forest buffers and launched businesses for the bay. Fran Flanagan retires after 21 years as the executive director of the Alliance. 1 year before her departure, Flanagan presented the findings and recommendations of the Chesapeake Renewal to Congress. In 2004, Project Clean Stream launched at the Alliance. As forests continue to diminish in the region, the Alliance partners with the U.S. Forest Service and state foresters to develop forestry for the bay. In 2006, the Alliance held the first Chesapeake Bay Watershed Forum, and 1 year later, the Chesapeake Network was born. The Alliance continued to grow its programs, developing Riverwise Community Program, the Chesapeake Forest Program, the Chesapeake Monitoring Cooperative, and Greening the Richmond Capital Project. The inception of the Turkey Hill Clean Water Partnership, which in turn springboarded many clean water partnerships. The Chesapeake Bay has changed a lot in 50 years, but the Alliance has always remained committed to bringing together communities, companies, and conservationists to improve our lands and waters.